There was a lot of stuff happening in the most recent Pokemon Legends ZA trailer in the Pokemon Presents today, and brand new information on the Pokemon website that's not been seen yet. So I put together 36 mind-blowing things that you may have missed, and trust me, you really don't want to miss the stuff that's here. Starting off with your character who joins a team called MZ, whose objective is to protect the city of Lumiose. The first member on MZ is determined based on the character that you pick at the start, so you'll either get Urbane or Tawny. This is their main headquarters room with a map of the city, which you can see markings on the table, as well as a little picture of Go-Go in the background. The second member of the team is Naveen, who is a fashion designer, but the one huge thing to note is that he's walking around with his Pokemon Scraggy while he has a jacket that has a Scrafty on it, which means one thing: because this game is about Mega Pokemon, Scrafty is definitely being hinted at as getting a Mega Evolution here, as everyone on Team MZ has to get one. The third member who we're introduced to is Lita, who aspires to become a professional dancer, and you can see at this point of the trailer that she has a Staryu as her main Pokemon, which is also listed on the Pokemon website, and this is a big hint that we are getting Mega Starmie, as once again this game is about Mega Evolutions, and her shirt literally has little Starmies on it. Here are images also from the Pokemon Press website dropped to pretty much show that these are their Pokemon and they're going to have Megas. Like, it's right in your face. Now this is pretty much the squad you'll be around the entire game. Now here's a quick shot of Lumiose City, and two Pokemon they decided to put in this frame are Pidgey and Abra, which both end up having their own Megas, like Mega Pidgeot and Mega Alakazam. Throughout Pokemon Legends ZA, during the day, the city looks like this, and at night, you can see that it has a complete different shift. In this shot, we see a Snorunt, which eventually will evolve into Abomasnow, who also has a Mega Evolution. And you can see a little Badoo by the tree, because that's in the game, and there's Roserades. Also, they have their own FedEx and UPS guys in this world, as you can see by this guy in the background. Little cool detail, he's holding a package. The main character climbs a roof in this shot with a Mawile on it, which is Wild Zone number 9. So these Wild Zones can exist on rooftops all the way to the bottom floors. Now, Mawile also has a Mega Evolution, but what's important here is that the main character is battling with the Sableye, which also has a Mega Evolution. Now, on this exact same shot, you can see on the top left, there are two exclamation points, which is possibly referring to a side quest being the white and blue one, and the yellow one being a main story quest. You can also see as soon as you get the Pokemon's health to 0, a star effect kicks in, and all the Pokemon in your party get an experience like share, and then you catch it. This is actually huge because you won't actually knock out a shiny Pokemon and it dies and goes away. It stays there and you can throw your Pokeballs at it. Pretty cool. Followed up by that, if it's the first time you catch a Pokemon, you'll see a cool registered circle in the top middle with the dex number for it, and the dex number for Mawile is 133. And at the top right, you'll see your research progress, which we'll get more into in this video. After this, we are taken to a night scene where Mawile is battling Numel during the ZA Battle Royale. Now, what's really important to pay attention to is that Numel uses Lava Plume and Mawile uses Crunch at the exact same time. But Mawile's move makes contact first, knocking out Numel, and Mawile doesn't take any damage from Numel's attack, which is what's going on here? Also, it looks like the minus button is the runaway button or move around in the fight. If you pay attention to the map, you can see that there is a red logo and a red border indicating that you are in this Battle Royale zone, and if you beat people, you climb the ranks. And by climbing the ranks, you'll be able to fight powerful trainers. You can see a brand new character named Corbeau with this outfit that looks exactly like a Scolicipede. It's literally open up in the front. He looks just like a Scolicipede. It's kind of crazy. Also, you can see that he has a Mega Stone on the pin. At this point, it's pretty much a given if someone's outfit matches a Pokemon and they have a Mega Stone, then it's probably a returning Mega or a new Mega confirmed, and most likely this is going to be a Poison type based on just how he looks. In the background, you can also see that there is a Mega Steelix painted on the wall, so some trainer in here has the Mega Steelix. Inside of the office is a statue of a King Gambit, which is the first generation 9 Pokemon that is confirmed. You can also see the second in command here, who also has his own style of outfit and a Mega Stone as well. The color palette of the Metal Clips and the Rock tie makes me think he definitely has a Steel Rock type or a Steel Ground type, which would line up with a Mega Steelix, or if a Steel Rock type could be Aggron, or just could be a brand new Mega Pokemon that's going to happen. In this office, there also is a statue that has an Overquill here, which means we might have regional forms confirmed from Legends Arceus. Also, having Overquill on Corbeau's team would make a lot of sense because he he is a poison type trainer. Now, Legend ZA isn't messing around when it comes to customization. It looks like you could have hairstyle icons, then next to it looks like you can play around with additional pieces of hair like bangs, followed up by hair colors, and next to that might be actual color patterns, so you can have dual types of hairs, different types of dye, and you can see it in the next frame by this character here with yellow and black hair. You can also have things like eye color, eyelash shape, eyebrows, eyebrow color, lip color, makeup. There's also a ton of different options, from jackets to skirts to jumpsuits to big long pants. It just, the fits are unbelievable in this game. It really looks like the customization is above and beyond, or just basically what we need. We just need this customization. There is also an NPC confirmed to allow you to choose a style on your Furfrou that will cost you 500 Poke Gold. Also, fun fact is that from Pokemon Legends ZA, you can now take all these forms of Furfrou and bring them into Pokemon Home. The only other way to do it until ZA comes out is to travel around the globe and catch them in Pokemon Go and then send them to Pokemon Home, which is a lot of work and might be pretty expensive to do. Camera mode is also confirmed back in this game, and it looks like we have poses with the Pokemon, as well as dedicated photo spots, most likely at benches and at different cafe seating areas where you can hang out with your whole squad of Pokemon. And I already know the most posted pictures are going to be people flexing their shiny Pokemon teams. Emma is a character returning back from Pokemon X and Y and is grown up and a detective in Lumiose. She'll also ask you to help her with her detective work, which is most likely its own giant questline that'll have its own rewards. She also has a Mega Stone. Surprisingly, this wasn't really talked about in the trailer, but it looks like Alpha Pokemon are making their return in ZA. We know this because they're big red eyes, which screams Alpha. Alpha Pokemon are officially mentioned on the website, even though they were not mentioned in the Pokemon Direct trailer. So there's 100% confirmation that those red eyes are Alpha Pokemon. On the Pokemon website, it also gives us screenshots for what exactly is going to be in the Pokemon Center. So you can see things like Pokeballs, potions, super potions, revives, antidotes, paralyze, heal, burn. We can't see the other stuff in here. We also get a look at what the Pokédex app looks like on the Rotom Dex. So here's Chikorita. Chikorita is number 1 in the game. So Chikorita's line is going to be 1, 2, and 3. And it looks like Tepig's line is going to be 4, 5, and 6, which means Totodile's line is going to be 7, 8, and 9. So we already have the first 9 Pokemon in the Dex confirmed, and the ones we talked about earlier in this video have also confirmed spots. You also get a look at Nurse Joy with some healing items in the background, and there's the Pokemon Center at the corner of a street. Now, here's something that's really interesting that we did not get to see in the trailers. We get to see the evolution screen. So it looks like this cloudy background. We have the routes evolving into Corellia. That's cool. So that's what the evolution background is. But here's what's interesting about Mega Evolutions. It looks like there is an actual vendor in the game that you have to give Mega Shards to, and if you give her Mega Shards, she'll give you Mega Stones back. And in order to get these shards, it looks like these things are going to be mineable by your Pokemon. So you'll find these pink looking rocks, and those are going to be the shards. They were not at all in any trailer. Now we see them. So I guess they're going to be randomly on rooftops and in various locations. They call these Mega Crystals scattered around Lumiose City. So that's how we do it. And it's going to be at the Quasartico Inc. headquarters where we make this exchange. There are also a bunch of side quests in the game, like this kid waiting for that alpha watchog to go somewhere else, or helping out this NPC Fumi with leading Trubbish to garbage bins. Also, it looks like that NPC is reacting to your side quests with dialogue, which is kind of cool. Not voice acting though. And once you're done, you'll get a complete with the number side mission you completed, and it looks like this one is number 25 out of who knows how much in the game. Now, I don't trust Mabel at all, who is the acting director of the Pokemon Research Lab. I don't trust her one bit because she's actually part of Team Flare in Pokemon X and Y, and it looks like the same logo is on her laptop and for some reason on her gaming chair in the background. Mabel also has her own activities for you in the game that require you to catch Pokemon to aid her on her research. You can also see that you can catch Houndour, who is number 91 in the Dex, which means Houndoom is number 92. The top right also shows your character level here at level 7 once you do it for the research. Now on this screen, this is where you can see the rewards and requests, and from this we can see level 5 is Thunderfang, level 6 is Firefang, level 7 is Icefang, level 8 Whirlpool, level 9 Shadowclaw, level 10 is EXP Candy Smalls, level 11 is Light Screen, and level 12 is Giga Drain. You can also see the move Whirlpool is a special attack move, has a power of 20, and something known as a cooldown timer, since that's how attacks work in this game. Pretty interesting. So it looks like a lower cooldown time with the highest power might be the most efficient type of moves that exist in this game. You'll also see that if you press the R button, it'll tab you over to all the request page, which we are not going to be shown in this video, but that's what it does there. And all the way at the top right, you can see how many more points until the next level. Now, Legend Arceus' main gimmick was Alpha Pokemon, but in Legend ZA, there is an anomaly where Pokemon Mega Evolve on their own, and this is called Rogue Mega Evolution. But hear me out, it gets a little crazy here. In these shots, we can see an Absol at night, Slowbro in the late afternoon, and a Tyranitar at night getting affected by this, which means it's not only going to be a thing that happens at nighttime due to the Slowbro shot. It also looks like once you go into these battles with these Rogue Mega Pokemon, you're going to be off in this really big closed off area surrounded by ominous purple. It looks really similar to the Legend ZA, like the time rifts that you enter, so that's pretty cool. You also get to team up with one of your friends from Team MZ, and it looks like trainers can once again get wrecked by wild Pokemon, because if you look really closely here, the Mega Tyranitar is actually attacking you and you have to dodge. Kind of crazy. You can die, and I once again can lose my satchels in this game and someone may find it. Possible thing that could happen. To do the most damage, it looks like you have to Mega Evolve your Pokemon, which then we get to officially see that Mega Dragonite is confirmed, which has some similar features to its previous evolutions, and it's still going to be a Dragon Flying type. It's going to have a 4 times weakness to Ice, and because abilities are not in Legends games, say goodbye to multi-scale. That sucks. Once again, as the trailer moves on, you can see that they are doubling down on having an ally from Team MZ team up with you, showing off Naveen again with his Scraggy and Lita with her Starmie. We get some more shots of the MZ gang, Megas like Gardevoir, Mega Sableye, Mega Mawile, and finally a shot of AZ with his Eternal Floette, who is probably going to have its own cool Mega Evolution in the game, because again, this game's all about Mega Evolution. If I'm wrong, that's going to suck. In Legends Arceus, we had a collectible for Spiritomb, but in this game, the collectible for this is going to be Zygarde cells, which will probably have its own side quest. And hopefully Zygarde gets its own Mega Evolution too. But I don't know how it's going to get its own Mega Evolution, because it's already this crazy evolved kind of Pokemon from Cell to Dog to Zygarde. I don't know. We'll see how they pull that off. You also get a free Ralts holding a Mega Evolution Stone that'll make it into a Mega Gardevoir as it evolves as a gift if you get Legend ZA and claim it before Saturday, February 28th, 2026, which confirms there are in-game gift systems. If you've also been holding off on a Nintendo Switch 2, there is also going to be a bundle for Legend ZA that works the exact same way, just like how Mario Kart was bundled in with the Nintendo Switch 2, bringing it at a nice discount. It's not a special edition, just a normal one, so you can pick it up. Let me know if I missed anything and some cool facts you may have found in the trailer in the comments down below. And you can check out one of these videos over here.